Today we're looking at the CAGED system and how it applies to a major 7, a minor 7, and a dominant 7th chord, working across the entire fretboard. This is out of my book called Essentials for the Improvising Guitar Player. I'll leave a link in the description. Today we're looking at chord systems, namely the CAGED system, but we're not stopping there. We're using the CAGED system to spell chords across the fretboard. The first one that we looked at in the last video was C major 7, C major 7, C major 7, C major 7, C major 7. Same notes, different voicings across the entire fretboard using that whole idea of the CAGED system. Check out that video. And now today what we're going to look at is taking the same idea and spelling the dominant 7th chord. So the difference between a C major 7 and a dominant 7th is the C major 7 has a B natural, where the dominant 7th chord has a B flat. C major 7, C dominant 7, C major 7, C dominant 7, C major 7, C dominant 7, C major 7. This is a sneaky voicing here for those of you with big hands, or we could do it like this: C major 7 and C dominant 7. C major 7. You look for the 7th, you lower it, and then you have a C dominant 7, and here's C major 7. You take that 7th and lower it, and then you have a C dominant 7. This is sort of a bit of a tough voicing. I don't use it all that much. So let's just cover that one more time. C major 7, C7, C major 7, C7, C major 7, C7. All the time we're just manipulating the 7th. C major 7, big stretch, like a piano voicing. C major 7, take the 7th and lower it. C7, C major 7, and then C7. And we can take the 3 and put it on the bottom, which is a bit of a squishy voicing up here. All right, now naturally all of these chords are movable. So, you know, this C major 7 could be D major 7, D7, right? E major 7, E7, and so on, right? Okay, now let's take that one step further. So far we've done C major 7 and C7. The difference between those two chords is that the C major 7 has a B natural, where the C7 has a B flat. Okay. Now here is a minor 7th chord, and we're going to compare the minor 7th chord to a C7 chord, right? So instead of C7, C, E, B flat, and C, which I have here, I have to lower the 3rd to make it minor. And here's my C7. Lower the 3rd to make it minor. Here's my C7. the third to make it minor. That's a nice one. And here's my C7. Lower the third to make it minor. And here is my C7. Lower the third to make it minor. Or we could take that third down an octave, right? There was one voicing we sort of left behind, which was the C major 7, this one. Lower the 7, C7, and then lower the third, C minor 7, but that's a brutal voicing. So I've sort of conveniently passed it by, but there it is. If you've got big hands, think that way. It's sort of a piano-like voicing because we've got the root 3, 5, 7. Just think of lowering the 7, and then root 3, lower the 3. Yeah, there it is. Okay, so now to recap. We started with the CAGED system, A, G, E. This is not meant to be practical. It's meant to be sort of explanatory as to how the fretboard is worked out. So it tends to be in fives, right, when you're looking at things vertically. That's another story. Okay, and so we do those chords, and then we build, instead of triads, seventh type chords: major 7, major 7, major 7. Across the fretboard, and then dominants, dominant, dominant, and then minors. And then minor, 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 and minor. Right, and so that gives us a minor chord and a dominant 7th chord and a major chord, and those are the chords that we need to play 2-5-1 progressions. 2, 5. Now I'm just taking the same chords and moving them, right, where in the appropriate positions. 2 chord would be D minor, 5 chord G7, and C major. Right, we could go 2 minor, C minor, F7, all the same chords, and then, so you can, there's a ton of material there. But it all is expressed out of the CAGED system idea, and so we can take this further. Maybe I will in another video. But first of all, get these chords underneath your fingers. Don't look at chords as pictures. Try to in a system like this. What we try to do is separate the fretboard into different regions. And then spell common chord voicings: major 7, dominant 7th, and minor 7th, and then we can start to move those voicings around to form 2-5-1 chord progressions, which are extremely common in everything. So I hope that was a help to you, and I hope it helps to organize your fretboard and organize your thinking when it comes to the fretboard. The same thing is going to apply to scales. This whole the CAGED system idea also applies to scales, and it's always the same idea, and that idea is to have a systematic, progressive, comprehensive approach to the fretboard, not to learn little bits here and there that you try to fit together over a period of many years and you're always stuck in the same place forever. That's not good, right? Have you experienced that? So work this into your practice routine. Work work the fretboard so that you have chord voicings in all positions of the fretboard. Think of that caged system, not only for your chord voicings, but for your scale forms as well. Okay, that's it for today. Thanks for stopping by, and if you got anything out of this video, let me know. Ask me any questions that you might have, and let me know where you're at. So that would be really helpful. You know, like if you said just a few words like, no, this is just so easy for me, or you know, whatever. It helps me to know where to go. Okay, I appreciate your time. Thanks. See you soon.